Now to this horrific story. At least 5 people have died in a bus crash earlier today. It's understood the crash happened along the N1 North next to Ingwe in Makado, Limpopo. It's alleged the driver lost control, causing the bus to overturn. Now, emergency personnel have been on the ground trying to rescue some of the trapped passengers. The N1 North has since been closed and motorists have been advised to use alternative routes. Let's find out more now from the Traffic Department spokesperson in Limpopo, Mike Maringa, who joins us virtually from Polokwane. Mike, thank you so much for your time. We understand that you would have been on the ground in the scene of this accident. Can you tell us what you found there and what information you have with regards to the cause of this terrible crash?
Good evening to you. Good evening to the viewers. We can confirm that there is indeed a horrific accident. The scene is still very active on the N1 North, just outside Makado in Limpopo. What happened, as you have rightfully explained, is that the driver of a bus that was pulling a trailer heading to the border lost control of the vehicle and the bus overturned, and 4 people were killed instantly. We got information later on that the accident happened at around 5:30 or so, and later, 30 minutes later, we got information that the 5th person has also died. So that led to the closure of the road, and the road will be closed for some time. But I must indicate that 15 minutes before 9, one lane, which is northbound towards the border, had to be open to east traffic because the congestion was so bad. You'll know that the N1, this side, it's narrow, it's unlike what we have between Villa and Gauteng. So the trucks that were stuck on the road couldn't turn, unlike the smaller vehicles that can make a U-turn. So we opened that road to allow traffic to flow towards Musina, but it will be closed shortly. In the next 15 minutes or so, we'll close again because the bus is still on its side, and it looks like we've got people that are still trapped under the bus. So we are going to close again to allow emergency personnel to retrieve either the bodies or the people who may still be under the wreckage.
Now, Mike, we're looking just at some pictures here that's been circulating, and the scene really does seem rather traumatic for those involved on the side of the road, and even more so now that you've told us that you do believe that there are still people trapped underneath the bus. Were you able to speak, or have you been able to speak to any of the people that were on the bus that managed to get out and are not as seriously injured? What information were they able to give you about their trip thus far, and whether or not that bus was indeed roadworthy? Yeah,
we can confirm that the bus was from Gauteng heading towards the border so that it can pass to Zimbabwe. A lot of people, we are still waiting for the official number of the people who were rushed to hospital with injuries. So at this point, we don't have the exact number of the people who were injured, but the majority of those that were in that bus have been taken to the hospital. They were not in good condition, though they couldn't talk. They were still shaken about what had happened. But we know for a fact that the bus was going to Zimbabwe, and that's what led to the closure of the road. And we are hoping that by the time the road is open, by the time we are able to remove the bus from the road, we'll have all that information. But what we know is that among those who were declared dead on the scene is 3 women and 2 men. So we are hoping that as soon as the road is closed again for the bus to be removed from its site, we should be able to give full details of what transpired, and if ever there are more fatalities, we'll give details of that, and also the number of people who are injured.
Have you been in contact with the owners of the bus or of the bus service?
No, not at this stage. That will be done by our police officers. Ours at this stage is to make sure that those that are at the scene are getting attention. Those that need to be rushed to the hospital are rushed to the hospital. As soon as that is done, the police will have to take over, because in this kind of instances, a case of culpable homicide will have to be open for police to investigate further. But we don't have any doubt on the condition of the bus. It's just that where the accident happened, it's a very sharp curve, So it may look like the driver miscalculated the curve, lost control, and that's how the bus ended on its side.
If I could just double confirm, in your first answer, did you say that the bus tried to overtake another vehicle, and that could have been part of the issue? Because going by the pictures there, you've mentioned that it is a very sharp turn, which of course would not be the best place to attempt to overtake another vehicle, whether or not you're driving a sedan or a big bus with a trailer. But it also looks like those are double lanes there as well, which of course makes it illegal to even try and overtake there.
No, according to our preliminary investigation, it does not show that the bus was trying to overtake or anything of that nature. This is one dangerous spot where we report accidents from time to time. I can also indicate that early this year in February, we attended a similar accident of another bus that was also heading to Zimbabwe that had an accident on the similar spot. The driver also lost control in this particular spot. So it's the curve is very sharp. So what we are expecting is that the driver was a little bit faster or speeding than what he was expecting to be was expected to be driving at that particular time. But as for overtaking, it's not part of what we are investigating at this stage, because nothing is pointing to that direction.
Just one final question before I let you go, Mike. We all know that that route or that road would be busy on a good day, on a normal day, without any accidents. You've already advised people to take alternative routes. You're talking about potentially closing that road right now, as it is still an active scene. There are people that you believe are still stuck underneath that bus. Your advice to businesses with trucks expected to hit that road tomorrow, or those looking to travel towards the border tomorrow, your advice to them for the next 24 hours?
What we are going to do, we'll try our level best to ensure that the scene is cleared by the end by midnight. So those who would want to use the road, because this is the main road that connects us to Zimbabwe and other countries. So we'll surely work around the clock to ensure that it is cleaned and open. It will be open those that use this road on a daily basis or for economic purposes. We can assure them that the radio will be cleared by tonight, and will also be communicating via various media platforms to alert them of what's happening. But they need not worry. The road will be cleared. They will be able to use it tomorrow morning.
Okay, thank you so much for your time this evening. That's Mike Moringa, Traffic Department spokesperson in Limpopo, joining us there.